Hello and welcome to Warcraft Daily for today, the 10th of October 2013. So in today's news, they have done some big changes to the Crowd Chooses You. There's a whole bunch of blue posts and tweets, and then finally to round off the show we have the Blizzcon 2013 special attendee and virtual ticket items, which do look kind of interesting. I'll probably end up picking up one or two of them. So, for the actual Crowd Chooses You, this was basically a thing which, I guess, toyed around with people after a long arena game to make sure that finally a winner would be decided. Now apparently this was doing too much to alter playstyles, so what's happening is that it's being replaced with a debuff, and the debuff is that after 10 minutes you will get decreased healing done by 1% every 10 seconds, and if the match lasts 20 minutes then it will be a draw. So that's interesting enough, I suppose. The Crowd Chooses You seems like something that was just full of kind of mixed opinions and controversy, and now it just seems like it failed utterly, so yeah, kind of sucky for the arena people. That said, how many arena matches actually do go that long? I guess it would only be at very high skill levels where both teams are actually extremely well matched up and are pretty much the same in terms of skill. But other than that, I don't even think many of their matches would go to 20 minutes, so I think this is probably a good change, and it does at least get their design intent that less people will be forced into draw situations. Now next for posts, they said that the Shamans and Paladins were given to the other faction for a few different reasons. The first was that it was just a balancing issue, and it was kind of hard to balance the, the latent buffs or whatever of the two classes. And then the second was that since one of the factions couldn't play a class, they would automatically get misconceptions about it. And this basically just led to massive nerf, nerf of this class spam in the forums. And I can see this being a really big problem. Because imagine if, say a Horde guild downs a boss quicker, or a Horde player kills you, and it's with a class that you can't play, that you don't understand, well then, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of QQ about it, isn't there? It's weird. I think that limitation was really nice from a flavor standpoint, but it was kind of crappy in terms of a balancing and actually just gameplay standpoint, so I think they did make the right decision, but I guess a lot of people are probably nostalgic for Shamans being a Horde-only thing and Paladins being an Alliance-only thing. Anyway, let's talk about Season 14. So there are no two-handed maces this time around. This was just something I think one of the Blues were saying. And it's actually pretty regular for this to happen, considering there's actually no crossbows either. And while I think that while getting new art for these kinds of weapons would be really nice, you can still always transmog, if you're a dwarf and you want to use a mace. That's still possible, but it is kind of a pity. I guess maybe they're limited on art assets, or maybe they just want to, change things up from season to season, whatever. They did say there would definitely be a two-handed crossbow, or not two-handed crossbow, a two-handed mace coming into the game with the next season, so yeah, whatever, that's the thing. Now for tweets. This is actually pretty cool. Ghostcrawler said that for Flex, the loot, having the Flex loot being tradable is definitely an end design goal, but currently they can't do more drops for larger groups. Now that's what he said. More drops for larger groups. Does that mean that they want to make it kind of like 25-man? Because I think that completely defeats the purpose of Flex. With Flex, as long as you have 10 people, you go with however many you want. There shouldn't be an incentive for more people. That's just against the idea of it being flexible, I think. So I'm not really sure that 25-man thing applies, because in a 25 you're getting together a group of more skilled people, which are going to be a little bit harder to find. So therefore, that's why you get the extra, say the extra Thunderforged gear drop. But in Flex, I just don't really see the need for it. I don't know, it's a bit strange, because they're making one flexible, that would make one flexible difficulty perhaps, statistically better for getting loot than another one, which would not be good. Now, they also said that with all of the catch-ups that there are in the game now, for rep, that the Cloud Serpent riding on alts is something that they are not going to remove the requirement for. Now, in terms of where you can get it, well, there's the daily work orders for the Tillers. You can champion a faction if you're doing a scenario or a heroic, and then you can also get eggs off the dragon mobs and the egg things that are on the floor on the Timeless Isle, and these all give reps, so I suppose it's probably quite good. Still, if it was a faction that was harder to get, say Netherwing, then I'd be against this, but I don't know, I think everyone wants just Cloud Serpents, and on multiple alts, it's perhaps not fun. As long as you do it once in your main, I think perhaps it's okay that it's unlocked for your alts. That just makes more sense in terms of gameplay to me. But anyway, enough of that, let's talk about BlizzCon 2013 sale items. So they actually released a sneak peek of these, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah, in terms of what I could actually see, I saw a plush, a Pandaren dice, a bag, and 2 bound book thingies, and then finally a Hearthstone shirt. Now, of course, they did say there will be more than just what they did the sneak peek of, and honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy some of this stuff because, well, I don't know, now that I'm sort of more into the whole World of Warcraft thing through YouTube, I feel I kind of should. So yeah, there's that. In terms of when you can get this and who gets it, well, the sale is only available to people who are buying a physical BlizzCon ticket or a virtual ticket, and it's held on the 11th of October. Just let me open up the internet here so I can get the time for you. It is, October the 11th at 10 AM Pacific time. Whoa, hang on, actually I think that might be really early in the morning for me. Crap. Actually, no, it's not. It's the evening. Yes, okay, this is excellent. So, yeah, hopefully I'll buy some of that, and maybe if I do buy any of it, I'll whip out my phone's camera and let you have a look. But anyway, that's really it for today's show. Not a tremendous amount of things I can talk a lot about, but lots of interesting little tidbits from everywhere, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.